Hello, and this is part two of who knows how many mommy blog questionnaire video entries we have. If you didn't watch the first one, there might be construction noise. I can't tell what you can hear or not. Um, Blame it. If you guys want better quality videos and things like that, start sponsoring me and things. Number 26, favorite animal. So I don't think I have one anymore. I think like all animals are kind of cool except for birds. I hate birds. But as a kid, I love turtles, especially the Galapagos turtle, the best. So maybe that still applies somehow. Number 27, my favorite perfume. My favorite cologne is Clinique Happy for Men or Curve. Those are both my high school scents, and somehow I still wear them to this day, even though I think Curve, I bought it like a CVS. It's very strong smelling, and I probably smell disgusting, and no one's corrected me yet, in which I apologize. Number 28. What would you or have you named your children? So I used to actually have a list back in the day of 5 kids with names. I can only remember two. So I remember Nautique Laquette. I wanted, I wanted a mixed race girl named Nautique. Would be Naughty for short. Laquette came from some friend's middle name in high school, and then Eli or Elias. I don't know how you actually say that biblically. It was the character's name on that movie Elephant, the kid with the fork bracelet. I had that fork bracelet. I made my own version of it, and I liked that name. I don't remember the other 3 people. I do have written down here that my Build-A-Bear turtle from Myrtle Beach was named Kristoff, Kryzstof, but I don't think that that's on the final cut of the 5 names. Number 29. What sports have I or do I play? None. I have cerebral palsy, which most people may or may not know. So based on that, I don't have it severe. Like I'm not in a wheelchair or anything, but I am uneven basically, and that makes it really hard for me to run or things like that. So yeah, it's just never kind of factored in. Number 30. Wow, okay, I really should have chose a different questionnaire. I apologize. Who are my favorite fashion brands? And I just wrote, this is clearly a mommy blog questionnaire. Like, yeah, I don't have any favorite fashion brands. Sorry. Favorite memory from childhood, number 31. So going to the arcade was really fun for me. It's one thing I can kind of remember. I remember that I would always get the bare minimum tickets just to get a back scratcher. And then what I would do is I would get on my hands and knees and go under every machine with the back scratcher, taking quarters out. So I was a pretty innovative little kid, I think, because basically I would go there with maybe $2 and I would get to play for another half an hour or so based on the extra $1 to $2 I would find in other quarters. 32 is how would I describe my fashion sense? Mommy blog. I used to be more creative. I used to really be. I wanted to start a fashion blog back in Philadelphia. Now I just do jeans and a t-shirt and something over. If I do get into better shape, then I would love to kind of play with that again. It was really fun to be creative aesthetically. But for now, just the most comfortable, please, and the ones that fit. 33. What phone do you have? iPhone. 34. Tell us one of your bad habits. So everything has to be visually in order. Everything has a place. I put everything back every day. When I wake up, I walk through each room and I look in and I see things that are out of place, and I fix it. So I start the day by making the bed. Then I look into the office, and if anything's out of place, I put it back. Then I start in the kitchen. I do the dishes and clean off all the surfaces. Then I turn on the plant light and feed the cats in the dining room. Check the living room, fold up blankets if I need to, take out dishes. If anything's in the guest room, it's usually laundry. I'll fold that, and then I start on the cat box. It's like very visual. So I can be very difficult to live with, actually. And I get annoyed if I see things out of place. And I can even be dramatic about it because it can kind of build up. So, like, Joe is not as tidy as I am in that sense. And I learned to choose my battles. However, excessive amounts can really annoy me, basically. Number 35. Have I forgiven myself for past personal failures? Why or why not? This is really strange for one of these kind of questionnaires. I said it depends on the situation, but I'm working on it, so that's that each day. 36. Have I ever visited a country outside my continent? Yes. 37. Have I ever won a trophy or an award? And what was it for? So I didn't play any sports or anything, and I did get honor roll here and there, but I did once win a radio contest related to drinking and driving in seventh grade. It was on 98 YCR. You called in, and you had the right answer. You won a prize pack, and for some reason there was already a general assembly happening at the school, so they decided that they were going to give me the prize on stage. So I got asked. They were like, and we have the winner of this, which I didn't know was going on stage. So then they call me up, and I'm like, already, it's the entire school that I'm in front of. So I'm going up there, very nervous. And the woman asked me, what age should you drink and drive? And I didn't hear that question or something. I heard, what age can you drink? So I said 21, panicking. And the whole school starts to laugh, like a little bit. And she's like, no, do you want to try again? And I am panicked at this point, so I just say 18. And then at this point, the whole school was really laughing. Even the woman, I think, was even half chuckling. And she was like, no, you should never drink and drive. But at that point, I just took this bag of shit and I walked off the stage. And I remember, I was so embarrassed from the entire assembly that I refused to look at the prize until I got on the bus and people were asking about it. And it was really just, sparkling apple cider, and, there was a candy bar called Zero, which for zero tolerance, which was a disgusting candy bar. I think there was a teddy bear that said, don't drink and drive. It was really not worth the amount of embarrassment for that crappy prize package. And I regret it to this day. Number 38, have I read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? Which one is my favorite? So I've only read the first 3 Harry Potter books, and that's it. I've never read any Hunger Games book. I've never read Twilight, and I've never seen any of the films of any of those franchise. I've never seen one Harry Potter film. I don't know how that has happened. I always told myself I was going to read the books first. It's really always important to me, and I just never did. So that's something I probably should do with my quarantine time as well, is to check out all those Harry Potter films. Number 39, what's under my bed? So nothing. I keep it clean. In the guest room, though, we do have underbed storage for spare blankets and some yarn that Joe has from different projects. Number 40, one guilty pleasure I enjoy too much to give up, and that would definitely be snacking. It is a constant struggle every day for me to not eat everything in the cupboard. It's been something I've done since high school, waking up in the middle of the night and eating snack cakes. I also have this thing that when I go to the grocery store, I have to eat one of everything of what I bought when I get home. So it's usually a pickle, a piece of chocolate, and then an apple, followed by some chips. It's bad. It's real bad. Number 41, something I am gifted at. So I think being considerate is something that I'm excessively good at, and I have the ability to articulate thoughts sometimes in a way that I think is good, and people seem to reply or respond well to. Still, maybe learning about some other ones. We'll see. Number 42, what's the first movie I remember seeing? Honestly, it's Child's Play. I think I saw it at 3, and it terrified me. But maybe it was E.T. or some other. I had a Fraggle Rock episode on VHS. Maybe it was that. But Child's Play is the one that stands out if I think about it. 43. What do I like about my home? It's mine. So all through childhood, I moved a lot. And then living in Philly, I was moving once a year or every 2 years. So it was really annoying and exhausting. So it feels good to finally have something that's my own and to be able to make it my own. 44, what's one thing I love about living in my neighborhood? These really are suburban questions, but it's close to everything I need to do. So I'm right in like by the harbor. I can walk to grocery stores. I don't have a license. I can walk to downtown if I want to go out or do something else. So I love that, and also I can see the ocean from my kitchen window, and that's like just something really nice to be able to wake up to. If I could, 45 is if I could change one thing about my home with or without, no, without worry about expense or mess, what would I do? So I would love to redo our kitchen. I hate the counters and the shelving, and I would also like to do the bathroom again. We have, I just would like to make it look nicer. Otherwise, though, I would like to add a balcony off the kitchen, or basically when we moved here, we had an amazing view of the harbor, and it has slowly died down. We can still see the ocean, we can still see the mountains, but there are a lot of buildings in the way. So if I couldn't do any of that, then I would just demolish every building that limited my view sense. Um, Number 46, what time do I usually get up in the morning? I would say 8 o'clock, give or take. And what time do I usually go to bed? Number 47, usually 11, give or take. So I like to wake up early. I usually function best mentally by the beginning of the day. In college, I used to actually take naps and then write essays immediately after because it just I have to be really clear-minded to be able to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, I always just kind of crank everything out in the beginning of the day. Um, Number 48, three things that upset me. So I don't know about three things specifically, but I wrote lack of cleanliness, order, or organization, because it's almost anything that does upset me tends to be related to one of those things and the anxiety or whatever attached to those habits. Then 49 is three things that make me happy. So I really love watching tearjerker films, any kind of sappy drama. I love to cry. The hardest I ever cried was Brokeback Mountain. It was the second time I had ever seen it. I was already kind of depressed. I almost threw up from crying so hard. It was an epic moment, but it's such a good purge of emotions, and I just love to feel cleansed and fresh and raw after. Another thing that makes me happy is sleeping in the guest room. It has like a slanted roof, so it's really cozy to kind of nestle in there. And when it's raining, there's like you can hear it, and it's just really it's my favorite spot. I usually make all my videos in there. I read a lot of books in there. It's just a really I love that room. And the last thing to make me happy is the sappy answer, which is Joe. So number 50, how is my relationship with my parents? So my mom is like my best friend. And my dad, we have an okay relationship. We talk via Facebook, so nothing special. Used to be better, but nothing, no harm, no foul, right? So that's number 2 video. It seems like I can get through 25 questions in one video, so this is probably 2 of 4. And I'll continue. I'm just going to keep continuing it and get through these mommy vlogs and then maybe make more content another day. Who knows? Who knows what's happening with my life? It's so exciting when you're unemployed and living in construction, pandemic, neurotic, crazy people times. I'll lose it.